Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back. Today is March 11th. Man, it's March 11th already. March is going by super fast. I am your host, Zay, here with Masondogg Academy of Technologies, and the market is moving. It is moving. Let's look back very quickly at one of the prior videos I made. I just wanted to point something out to you guys and show you guys how this stuff works before we get started because look, you're in for a wild ride. This is a wild, if you're on this train on board right now, it's a wild ride. So just, what is this, 1 month ago? Let's get the exact date, February 9th. So a little over a month ago, this is where we were. The market cap was 3.2 trillion. The fear and greed index was at 35. Here today, March 11th, the market cap is at 2.6. So that is almost $1 trillion decline, and the fear and greed index is now at a 15. So, what does that tell us? Obviously, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of money moving, leaving the market. There's been a lot going on, and I'm gonna cover it today. I had some other videos and some other stuff planned, but I understand and know what's going on in the market. I know what people are feeling right now because I'm feeling it too. There's a huge reset. There's a huge correction going on. As you can see, most things are down in the 30s. All right. Some even more than that over this past month. And I'm not going to say that I told you guys it was going to happen. I'm not here to say I told you so. What I'm here to do is to remind you all of the importance of education, reminding you all of the importance of being prepared and understanding what's going on in the market. And if you don't understand, to get help. And that's what we're here for. Our channel exists solely to help more people get into the space, to help more people navigate the space. We are here to help you. So if you have not already, please subscribe to our channel. Please join our Patreon. It's still only $14.99 a month. And let's get into our video for today. Now, first off, what's happening in the markets? Why is it happening and what you should do? Obviously, as always, none of this is financial advice. So I'm gonna change this. I don't know how I put what you should do. I'm gonna say what we should do. I'm just gonna tell you all and share what I'm doing. And if you want to do the same thing, that's fine. But I'm not here to tell you what to do. Here's how you want to navigate. And I covered some of this stuff in the past video. Some people say, hey, these are questions I get from real people. They say, hey, how can you be calm or how can you even be excited in times like this? When everything is dropping, when we have stuff that's down 20, 30, maybe even 40% over the past 30 days, we've seen a 15% drop almost in Bitcoin, 27% Ethereum, XRP, BNB, actually looking pretty decent, only down 11, but they're still getting beat. Solana down almost 40%. Guys, can you believe? See, this is what I'm saying. You have to understand and know how to look at the chart. If the chart is telling you something, you have to listen to what the chart is saying. Just a few weeks ago, it feels like a couple weeks ago, but just last month, Solana was pushing $300, and now we're back below where we were early last year. It's pretty much given up all the gains since April of last year. Now, I'm not picking on Solana. I hold Solana. I'm not singling it out. I just want you guys to realize what I'm trying to emphasize is how quickly this sentiment changes. How quickly we go from extreme greed to extreme fear. So people ask, how do you navigate? How do you deal with this? Well, first off, the rule number one, you never go all in. You absolutely positively never go all in on crypto. That is really one of the most idiotic and most foolish things you can do. Going all in on crypto is one of the fastest ways to lose your money. Now, I know that sounds crazy coming from someone that is creating content on a crypto channel, but you have to understand capital management. All right. You have to understand not using all of your cash. You never use all of your cash. You never put all of everybody's heard that term, never put all of your eggs in one basket, but people still do it. What you have to do is you have to properly allocate your liquid cash because if not, what's going to happen? This is why a lot of people are hurt right now. This is why this is so painful is because last month when everything was up, they were excited and they put all of their cash in They bought high. They were buying the rumors, they were buying the stories and buying the headlines, which I don't blame you because there was a lot of them. There was a lot of great things happening. I'm going to cover what happened with the crypto reserve and all of that stuff. That's going to be a whole separate video. But what I want y'all to understand is, and if for you to be successful in crypto, you have to know you never go all in. You never put all your money in. Number two, have a plan. Every single time you click a button to buy something, you should be executing a plan. It shouldn't just be an impulse. What a lot of people are doing is they're falling victim to the main two drivers of the market. And I mentioned this before. I'm gonna say it again. Almost, I should say it every time. They're feeding into the main two drivers: fear and greed, FOMO and FUD. All right. When everything's up, they feel like, oh, I'm gonna miss out. I'm gonna miss a train. I gotta put this money in. I gotta go. And then when things start to pull back, they get scared and they pull money out. That is the fastest way to lose your money. And that's what's happening to a lot of people now. Just to recap, I know we're only on two, but just recap. If you didn't go all in, and if you had a plan of when you were going to buy and sell, none of this should bother you. It shouldn't bother you. Next, what you want to do is you want to learn how to ignore the news. So if you have a plan, that these are in this order for a reason. If you have a plan, if you never go all in and you have a plan, the news doesn't matter. You just buy and you hold until it hits your target. It's either going to hit, it's either going to go up or it's going to go down. It's going to hit your entry, it's going to hit your exit, or it's going to hit the point to where I'm out, I'm back out. Learn how to read the charts and zoom out. All right, so what do I mean by that? Well, if you learn how to zoom out and read the charts, you won't panic as much because you're looking long term. I told you guys most people should not be trading, but a lot of people want to trade and want to time the market. If that's the game that you want to play, you go ahead. But the smart thing to do is to have a plan and to think long term. If you're holding for the long haul, let me go to the total chart. If you're in this for the long haul, this shouldn't really matter to you. It shouldn't really matter if you plan to be holding for years. So what we can see, this is what I mean by zoom out. Y'all see how we went from, if you're looking at just the past few days, this looks bad. On 30 days, it looks horrible. Zoom out to a year, it still doesn't look great. I'm just being straight. It doesn't look too much better right here. But when you go here, everything looks okay. Because what you can see is, okay, there we go. I was like, why can't I zoom in? What you can see is before every big move, we always have a dip or a correction. And sometimes they're bigger than others. I'm going to actually pull this up on TradingView and show you guys later. I don't want to make this a whole chart video, so I'm not going to pull up the chart yet, but you guys can see here. Obviously, this is one obvious. It's super obvious right here. Before it went, everybody thought it was going at this point, and it came back down and revisited this area because it didn't spend time there. What you have to realize is every time when the market gets too excited and too greedy, it's like a peak. It has to be this correction. So you should have been, if you were really paying attention, you kind of should have been on an alert ever since, like I said in the past video, ever since January. And we've just really been trending downward since then. Now, some people are going to say, well, why is this happening? Why is the price dropping? Well, let me address that very briefly. I'm not going to go into detail on any of this stuff, but I'm just giving you a brief overview. The reason why the market is doing what it's doing now is because there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, not just in the crypto space, but globally. Things are changing. Things are moving. There's a sentiment reset. There's also exhaustion. Last year, ever since last year, people have been churning money, spending, making, and losing money at a rapid pace through meme coins, through AI stuff. I mean, all these different types of narratives, all the Trump trades, talks of tariffs, global conflicts. All of this stuff is just now really setting in and affecting the markets because what happened is the excitement of or the Trump trade, the excitement of a president that's supposed to be pro business or pro crypto is wearing off. And I told you I spoke on this in another video. The excitement was there and it totally left. So now we have to see who's staying and who's here for the long haul. After January, notice as soon as we hit February, that's when everything started to kind of unravel. And what I believe is this is one of the final shakeouts before things really go crazy because global liquidity is going to be coming back into play. For those of you who don't know about how global liquidity affects the market and what's going on with that, we'll address that in another video as well. But just do your research. Just look up global liquidity in Bitcoin. All right, now here's what I'm doing, and here's what I suggest everyone else do. This is not financial advice. This is just general sharing with you guys what I'm doing. First off, you should be holding cash. If you're blessed to have cash, because look, times are tough. Everybody doesn't have money to invest. There's a lot of people who don't even have money to pay their bills, and I understand that, and I'm empathetic to that. If you're in that position, I would highly encourage you to just do whatever you can to lower your expenses, invest in education, invest in skills, learn how to lower your overhead and increase your income. That should really be your priority, and to establish an emergency fund if you don't already. All right, that's how you know that I really have people's best interests at heart, because there's a lot of people that will tell you right now, oh, buy the dip, load up. This is just the final shakeout and everything's gonna go to the moon after this. I'm not here to say that. We don't know. These charts don't look good. I'm just being straight up with you guys. So what I would be doing, not telling you what to do, what I'm doing, hold cash, continue to invest in, if you have some money to invest in these things. Invest in your education, invest in your skills. Learn how to make more money. That's the best thing you can be doing right now, because it's not just the crypto space. And I'm going to transition now over to this over to trading view. Let's get into the charts now, because I really want you guys to understand this. Let's look at what's going on. This is much bigger than crypto. Let's start with this. How I start, and they trading view. I got on another device and it messed up my whole list, but I have stuff in order for a reason. The dollar is always first, guys. Look at the dollar. Let's just take a step back here. Look at the DXY, the dollar index. It measures the performance of the dollar against other world currencies. Look at the dollar. It's been in a free fall. Now, a lot of people can speculate why. Obviously, the tariffs talk has a lot to do with it. Obviously, the global conflicts has stuff to do with it. This is something, this drives the rest of the market. So we say, well, how? Well, if the value of the dollar is dropping and the stock market is dropping, which we can see here, the stock market is in an absolute free fall. You can't be surprised that crypto is following suit. As much as people want Bitcoin and crypto to decouple from the stock market, it's still a risk on asset. So when money leaves stocks, money is probably going to leave crypto too. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing money leaving stocks, leaving crypto. This is not going to last forever, but it could continue. It's got to get worse before it gets better. Even the president himself has said that. He said there's pain ahead, but on the other end of pain is improvement. And that's how stuff works. I'm not agreeing with him or agreeing with everything he says, but that is facts. Sometimes, in order for things to get better, it has to get worse. And for the people who are there to stick around, you will be rewarded. So, what I mean by that, if we go look at Bitcoin, if I hide all of the drawings, this is what I meant by zooming out, you guys. This is a daily chart. This is where we are now. This doesn't look good. It looks like we're coming back down to this area to where we hang out. But this is what I've been telling you guys. You see how it makes a Bitcoin makes a big move. It goes sideways or down for a little bit until it makes another move, and that next move can be to the up. It could be up or down. But based on the way that things are moving, you can kind of tell what the next move looks like. So let me show you guys what that looks like. If we back up even more, back up. Let's look for the last big move. Okay, right here. You see this huge move right here. Let's measure it. If I go, okay, 500% over a little less than a year. So from October 2020 all the way to April, Bitcoin went up 500%. Now, before that move happened, you see this part right here? People probably thought the move was going to happen back here in 2019. It got over 10,000. People were like, "Oh, it's over 10,000. It's going to keep going." But look what happened. It went sideways. Make it a little bit bigger. It went sideways and then boom, right here in March 2020, how much did it drop? About 50%. So imagine holding this whole time, thinking it was going to keep going past this. It goes kind of down and sideways for a few months, completely flushes out. Was this COVID? Yeah, that might have been COVID when COVID hit. Exactly. And then right down here where most people sold or people thought it was over. And then after that, boom, it goes absolutely bananas. We are in position for that to happen again. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. It could be months, just like this went sideways. Look at how long this happened. This went sideways for months. Lost 50%, then skyrocketed. So the same thing could be happening again now. And that's not the first time. I don't want to make this a whole chart video. So I'm not going to sit here and go through all of the times where that's happened. I'll put pictures. There's plenty of pictures where people put the chart side by side from past cycles because the market works in cycles. It repeats itself. So we could potentially continue to go sideways for well into the summer, maybe even potentially well into the winter. But please trust that when it pops off again, you will be rewarded for holding on. And I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here. This is the last thing I'm gonna say as well. Here's a difference. The difference this time is the fact that there's much more players in the game than it was in 2020 and in past cycles. Not only is it much more players, the it's easier for people to get in and out. We have more vehicles, more exchanges, more possibility. But look at that right there. If you zoom again, it's the power zooming out. I just went to the weekly. See that? You see where we are right now? It's possible, but it's not looking pretty at this moment. Since we are on the charts, I got some other charts that I want to show you guys real quick. First, shout out to Cryptocurrently. I don't know their name, but whoever runs this channel, I love you. I appreciate you. I've been watching this channel very, very closely. I recommend you guys subscribe because they make some very good videos and show some really good charts. So Bitcoin follows global liquidity. If you don't understand what this means, go look it up. Just do a search. What is global liquidity? This is all the little money basically in the financial system in the world. So as global liquidity contracts, Bitcoin will contract and decline. When it increases, Bitcoin will increase. But the caveat is there is a lag period. So if you watch and pay attention to this chart, eventually it's going to catch up. Bitcoin had, I'm sorry, global liquidity was dropping over the last quarter. And now we're seeing the results of that in Bitcoin and also in the stock market, but now it's on the rise. So we will see those results, but it's going to take some time. You have to be patient. Another one I love is just overlaying the Bitcoin and S&P. As much as people want to think that Bitcoin is its own independent asset separate from other risk assets, that's not true yet. It's still very much correlated with the stock market. So as you see, one of them leads first. Sometimes it's Bitcoin goes first, sometimes the stock market goes first, but it follows. And as you can see right now, both are on a decline. This is not just Bitcoin. So realize and understand the correlation and understand the difference of when the markets are risk on versus risk off. We're entering right now, we're in a risk off period. We don't know how long it could last. It could last a few more months. It could last throughout the year. We really don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay. Another one, this is the last one. I really like this one because what it's showing is the ranges. And this is what I was showing you guys on the chart earlier. Bitcoin makes these big moves and then it hangs out in these ranges. But throughout the whole time that it's in the range, it's giving people false indications. So it might be a false breakdown, false breakout. You really don't know until it's confirmed. What do I mean by confirmed? Well, look, let's start right here on this is 2021. At this point, Bitcoin is rising. It confirms when it closes when it closes outside of the zone. So there's plenty of times right here you see the yellow circles where it looks like it was going to break out, but it never happened. It never confirmed. Here it broke down and it confirmed the breakdown by actually breaking out of the range and staying below. Here is a breakout. It went up to this new range. You see that's how that's happening. The wicks above or below don't count as confirmation. It has to go and return and find support. See how here it broke out, then it looks like it's going back down, but it finds that support and it just stays in the zone. So we're doing the same thing now. We've confirmed a breakdown from this zone. So the question is, are we coming back down to this area Or are we going to hang out here a little bit and then continue to go up? That's really the only question, the only thing that's debated. It's like yes, we could go sideways for a little bit longer, but you have to be patient and let all this stuff play out. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to really give things time for these scenarios to play out. If you made it to the end of this video, I truly appreciate you. If you're not already, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We got new videos and new shorts being posted every single day. Also, check out our website, which is right here, and follow us join our Patreon. Follow us on Patreon, become a member. All right. There's great things happening. There's a lot of stuff coming soon. You want to be in the loop, be in our community. We're here to help you out. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can drop them below. Hit us up on Patreon, hit us up on our website, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.